puertorriqueña. Yo te la traigo de Cupey, de Vega Baja y de Santurce, de toda parte de Puerto Rico.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Jeff and Joe's Puerto Rican Kitchen, where we show you how to make easy, authentic Puerto Rican recipes. It's getting to be the fall, and you know how I know it? Because all of the local coffee shops have pumpkin spice lattes. Now, not to be outdone, we want to show you how to make the perfect fall-flavored Puerto Rican dessert, cazuela. This is a very old recipe that a ton of people haven't even tried, but it's the perfect mix between a brownie and a pumpkin pie, and throw in a pumpkin latte just for fun. So here's what's in it. We have 1.5 pounds of calabaza, we have 1.5 pounds of sweet potato, then we have half a can of coconut milk, half a can of coconut cream, half a can of evaporated milk. Then we have a cup of brown sugar, a cup of rice flour, 3 eggs, half a stick of butter, a cup of shredded coconut, and then the perfect pumpkin spice mix. We have half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. You guys are gonna love it, so let's get cooking.
Let's start by roasting the squash and sweet potatoes in order to get them good and soft. Start by cutting your sweet potatoes in half. Then place both the squash and the cut sweet potatoes onto a baking tray lined with parchment paper. The parchment paper is just to minimize any cleanup. Turn your oven up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Once hot, add your squash and sweet potatoes to the oven and cook them for 1.5 hours. When you pull them out, you should be easily able to pierce them with a fork. Let the squash and sweet potatoes cool down for 10 to 15 minutes until you can handle them comfortably. Once cool, use a knife to pierce the top of the sweet potatoes and then use a spoon to scoop out the soft meat underneath. Repeat for all of the sweet potatoes. Next, proceed to prepare your squash. Use a knife to cut away any portions of the squash that appear burned, and then use the knife to cut away all of the squash's skin. Add the remaining soft squash meat to your sweet potatoes. Once your cooked squash and sweet potatoes are prepped, go ahead and add them to your food processor along with the cream of coconut, the coconut milk, and the evaporated milk. Then use your food processor to blend the squash milk mixture until smooth. Once smooth, add your brown sugar, your rice flour, and your spices to the mixture and keep blending until smooth. You might need to use a spatula to move the mixture in order to ensure everything is completely mixed. Once the mixture is smooth, add your eggs and blend until just mixed. Then add your shredded coconut, and again, blend briefly just to combine. With your mixture ready to go, prepare a 9x13 baking pan. Start by spraying the pan with vegetable oil. Then spread parchment paper on the bottom in order to make it easy to remove the cazuela once it's done. Once your parchment paper is in place, go ahead and give it another coating of cooking spray. Once your baking pan is prepped, add the cazuela mixture to the tray, and then tap the pan on the table to ensure that it is evenly distributed. Make sure your oven is turned back on to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then add your cazuela and bake for 1.5 hours. At the end of the 1.5 hours, pull out the cazuela and check to make sure it is cooked by inserting a cake tester or a fork. If the cazuela is cooked, the cake tester will come out clean. Once cooked, let your cazuela rest for 10 to 15 minutes. As it cools, you should notice the cazuela separating from the sides of the baking tray as it shrinks. Once cool, cut your cazuela into small squares. I like to cut off the cazuela's edges first, and then cut it into squares about 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, but feel free to cut your cazuela differently if you prefer. Once cut, transfer your cazuela to a serving tray and sprinkle with some sweetened coconut. This last step is optional, but I think it makes for a more visually appealing dessert. And now you are officially ready to start celebrating fall.
And just like that, the cazuela is ready to eat. I'm gonna dig in. Very yummy, very fall flavored. Just need that pumpkin latte with it now. But it's great, it's real soft and gooey, kind of like a brownie, but it's got all the great pumpkins and sweet potato flavors. So delicious. Again, guys, you should try this. It's not that common. I actually never ate it growing up in Puerto Rico, and it wasn't until my Titi Carmen, who you guys met back in January, called it out. She was like, oh, you should try this, and send me a recipe, and I've been kind of messing around with it. And even though I haven't had it kind of before, I think it's a real great addition. And again, it really kind of brings in that fall, autumn, just flavors. So delicious, guys. You can also make it for Thanksgiving coming up. Got to be thinking about your menus there. And tons of options, guys. Hope you liked it. Hope you liked the video. If you did, hit like, subscribe, hit the bell button so we can contact you later. And then come back and join us again next week for another episode of Jeff and Joe's Puerto Rican Kitchen.